Imagine this. You walk into a room filled with the best people in your field. The top 1%. The elite. People with skills sharper than yours. Minds faster than yours. Voices louder than yours. And yet, you believe you'll be the one who rises above them all. Why? Because deep inside you is something they don't have. A fire. A hunger. A voice that whispers, I don't care who you are. I will win. This is the striker's mindset. This is what Blue Lock is all about, and it's not just anime. It's a blueprint, a philosophy, a call to arms for anyone who wants to become the best in their field. Whether you're in sports, school, business, or life, this video will teach you how to use ego, competition, confidence, and emotional intensity to push beyond mediocrity and become the best. Let's begin. There's a reason Ginpachi Ego, the mastermind behind Blue Lock, focuses on ego. He doesn't want to create just any soccer player. He wants to create the best striker the world has ever seen. Why ego? Because ego is a belief. It's fuel. It's that inner voice that says, I will score. But ego is often misunderstood. Some say ego is arrogance. Others say it's a flaw. But here's the truth. Ego isn't good or bad. It's a tool. And like all tools, it depends on how you use it. Let's break it down. Picture this. A 90-year-old man offers you life advice. But your ego kicks in and you respond, what do you know, old man? You're not a millionaire. That's destructive ego. Ego that blinds you, shuts you off from growth, and makes you think you're already better than you are. Now imagine someone with no ego. They enter a competition and assume everyone else is better. They don't speak up. They don't try. They fade into the background. That's absent ego, and it's just as dangerous. So what's the right kind? Empowered ego. The kind of ego that says, I may not be the best today, but I will be. Watch me. It's confident but open-minded, driven but disciplined. In Blue Lock, the striker must have this ego, because if he doubts himself for even 1 second on the field, he's done. And so are you. Whether you're a student preparing for exams, an entrepreneur building a brand, or an athlete on the field, there will be moments when everything is against you. In those moments, ego isn't optional. It's essential. But the trick is knowing when to use it and when to let it rest. When you're learning, drop the ego. Be humble. Absorb everything. But when is it time to perform? Unleash it. Because that's when ego becomes a weapon. So what truly drives someone to improve? One word: competition. The reason Blue Lock hits you with goosebumps every 2 minutes isn't just because of flashy animation or emotional music. It's because of the brutal, raw, unrelenting competition. In that environment, every player is fighting to survive. There are no second chances. No participation trophies. Only one will be crowned the best. The rest are forgotten. That's intense. And that's why it works. Now let's be honest. You're probably not inside a high-tech training facility surrounded by rivals. You don't have someone like Ginpachi pushing you to your limits. But here's the secret. You can create that environment in your mind. Here's how. 1. Create an imaginary rival. This may sound strange, but it's powerful. Build a mental image of the person you want to defeat. Someone who embodies everything you're not yet. They wake up early. They train harder. They never skip a day. They're better than you in every way. Now, your job is to beat them. This creates pressure. And pressure creates diamonds. 2. Research the top performers. Know who's leading your field. What are their routines? Their habits? Their mindset? Add them to a list. Track them. It'll feel like you're surrounded by rivals, even if it's just you and your laptop. When you add competition to your goals, you no longer have the luxury of delay. You wake up hungry. You work sharper. And you grow faster than you ever thought possible. Let's talk about confidence. In Blue Lock, the best players aren't just skilled, they're confident. There's a reason one of the top players looked at the rankings and said, why am I not number one? Confidence like that isn't arrogance, it's power. And it's backed by something even more important: evidence. See, confidence is not some magical feeling that comes from nowhere. It's built. Confidence is just belief in a future outcome based on your past results. Think about it. If you've made 100 three-point shots in a row, you're confident you can make the next one. But if you've never done it before, how can you believe you will? So if you want confidence, build the evidence. Here's how. Break your goals into small tasks. Complete them daily. Stack wins. Review your wins weekly. That repetition becomes a resume. And that resume becomes confidence. But here's a crucial point. Don't attach your self-worth to external things. Not your beauty. Not your money. Not your status. If your value comes from those things, then someone who looks better, earns more, or has more followers will always make you feel smaller. Instead, attach your worth to things you can control, like your skill level, your mindset, and your ability to endure. Those can't be taken from you. There's one quote from Blue Lock that says it all. It's not about the right decision. It's about having the resolve to make your decision the right one. That's powerful. In life, you'll face crossroads. You won't always know what path is right. You won't have guarantees. But the truth is, the best decision is the one you commit to fully. Commitment creates clarity, and clarity breeds results. Many people fail not because they chose the wrong path, but because they hesitated. They lacked resolve. They wavered. But in Blue Lock, in life, hesitation kills momentum. To win, you must push forward without looking back. Even if you fall. Even if you fail. Because failure isn't final. Only quitting is. Here's a truth most won't tell you. Your environment will shape your results. If you surround yourself with mediocre people, you will become one of them. In Blue Lock, players constantly switch teams. They adapt. They seek out stronger teammates. They chase challenge, not comfort. You must do the same. Ask yourself, do your friends challenge you or drain you? Do they talk about dreams or distractions? Do they want the best for you or just want you to stay the same? Mediocre friends will hold you back. Not because they hate you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. So what's the solution? Become someone worth befriending. Grow so much that high-quality people are drawn to you. Until then, walk alone. Improve in silence. And when you're ready, the right circle will find you. Ginpachi knows something most coaches don't. People don't move because of logic. They move because of emotion. That's why he stirs the players up. He provokes them. He plants seeds of rivalry. He reminds them of what they could lose. And it works. Why? Because emotions create urgency. You need to do the same for yourself. But how? 1. Create a death ground. This idea comes from Robert Greene. Put yourself in a position where failure is not an option. Announce your goal publicly. Bet money on your success. Delete your backup plan. No exit means no excuses. 2. Use visual reminders. Print a photo of your dream lifestyle. Write down what's at stake. Look at it daily. Feel it. Burn it into your mind. 3. Trigger emotion with music, movement, and memory. Build a playlist. Go for intense walks. Speak your goals out loud. This isn't silly, it's strategy. The stronger the emotional connection to your goal, the harder it is to quit. By now, you understand something vital. You don't need to wait for a coach. You don't need a facility. You don't need permission. You already have the tools. Ego, competition, confidence, resolve, better friends, emotional fire. These are your weapons. And if you use them correctly, you'll become the striker of your life. So here's your challenge. Define your goal clearly. Build confidence through action. Find or create a rival. Cut the noise and focus. And above all, never quit. You don't need to score every time. You just need to keep shooting. Because in the end, you can't lose if you don't quit.